And hey, what's up, you guys? Tuning in to the Raptors post-game live wraparound show. We're with 18.9 seconds left over here. Gonna watch the game just as I start the stream. You guys can catch a live reaction about what it's gonna be here. Crazy game. I completely tuned out the last. Man, when we were down 30, I just checked out. There's a fantasy football championships are going on. It just took priority. So, okay, here we go. They inbound the ball. Mavs. They get the last shot, right? So, what are they going to run? Porzingis. Oh, Brunson for the win. Hits front rim. Boucher with the rebound. So he's going to get two shots, but it looks looking pretty good. So that's crazy. The fact that we might have a chance to win this game. Oh yeah, the box score says that we're up ahead. So whatever. If you guys see that or already know the outcome, don't ruin it. I guess I'm on a back stream here with Sportsnet now on the old tablet. So wild. So I wasn't even going to come on and do a podcast because it was just going to be, like I said, priorities. 30 points down. Like who's going to care? Who's going to watch this thing? Boucher hits one. Awesome. So wasn't fun to watch them, but I guess the jury was not that the jury was out. What am I trying to say here? They didn't have the energy. That's what the broadcast was saying. So I wasn't tuning in, or I was tuning in. We were down 30, and I guess this will be the biggest comeback if we end up pulling it out. It looks like it is the final on the box score, but I got a delayed feed here, so wow, that's something else. Long live the bench, huh? Wow. Last inbound. He's going to put up a heave. Wow. That actually looked like it was online, too. Anyway, wow. Huge win. I think that's the biggest comeback in franchise history, which, yeah, take it with a grain of salt, right? Like, pace and space, 3-point. Everyone's shooting 43s a game, so take it with a grain of salt, but that's pretty cool. Pretty cool we beat them. They didn't have Doncic, but we also missed a whole bunch of guys. I haven't done a live reaction since we lost a whole bunch of our guys. Mark, Norm, Fred came back last game, so I missed that one. Had another holiday party, so that's what kind of happens this time of year. Pretty wild outcome overall. Luka's given props to everybody. Wow, vintage Kalo game. Right there, like when he wins those games when we're short, like Siakam and all these guys, he's worth the money already. Not a lot of guys can do what he does, so. Props to him. Props to Davis. Oh, yeah. Porzingis, yeah, wearing that old jersey. Still loving the Knicks colors. I think he's been great. Luka's been out, so he's been lifting. He's been doing all the heavy lifting, so. Good team, though, Dallas. Dallas is a really good team. Wow. Kalo with what do you have, like 33? Yeah, I could check, but I'm too lazy. What do we got here? Kyle. +3? Holy crap, what a box score. Exactly what he just said. Rondé, Chris Boucher, all these guys. You look at this and I was like, I probably just haven't refreshed the plus minus since we were down 30. But holy crap. This means that we should have lost by 300 points. And Kyle plus bench lives again. He was 2 rebounds shy of a triple-double, took 23 shots. Fred, 2 of 13. Anunoby didn't have it. Ibaka didn't have it. McCaw was almost like your second best shooter there. All Larry's kids are on the floor. That's cute. Wow, but Chris Boucher, 6 of 12. Went to the free throw line 12 times. What a storyline. Yeah, okay, so I didn't see after we got down, but Jesus Christ, look at these numbers. It was a Christmas miracle. Yeah, they didn't play on Christmas, but you get my meaning. We're pretty close. Wow. What a game that was, huh? I'll have to watch it back. Maybe just, out of courtesy, I'll do another live stream just to really break down how they made it back, but it looked like it was just Lowry plus bench, which has been just a winner since basically 2014 when we had Lou Williams, or even you go back to Bebe. Lowry was hooking up Bebe for dunks way back when. Lowry plus bench is undefeated basically, At least in the regular season. Yeah, they ride our bench out, at least in the playoffs. So biggest comeback in Raptors history. That's pretty crazy. Lowry taking his time getting off that court. Wow. That's huge. Big game. So let's rewind a little bit. Let's go back to the first quarter. Well, and then the preliminaries, right? DeLon Wright revenge game. I think DeLon came back for the first time since he got traded to Memphis. And for Memphis, they didn't re-sign him in the summer, so Dallas picked him up, and he's playing great off their bench. He looked good. He does what DeLon Wright did here. He's still an asset. Sorry to lose him. Happy he's succeeding because Dallas is actually a good team, so good for him. Their jerseys are disgusting. Like, some people like this uh-oh. People of the kids of the 90s who watched uh-oh on YTV will remember that logo was jokes for the time and the time period and the reality TV that was kind of taken off. This is not nostalgia. This is like, I don't know if they're trying to be edgy or they're trying to be, I don't even know what the word is. It just doesn't work. Like graffiti style. Like there's way more, I don't know. I could talk to some of my friends in classic design, but like even if you look at the CFL, for anybody that knows the teams, like the Montreal Alouettes had this like weirdo fighting logo, looked like a fucking rooster. And now they've kind of gone like a little bit sleeker. They've taken out the visuals. They've done a little bit more with their actual logo. It looks finer. That's the direction that most jerseys are going in, not this like Dallas Mavs green spray paint on their jersey type of thing. So, yeah, maybe that's what did them in. Just, yeah, don't like them. So Porzingis is back. So I touched on him a little bit. It was going to take him a long time to get back and healthy into that lineup. Luka was carrying them. He, like all the experts, all the panels, was like, hey, he doesn't look right. And yeah, like he was out for the entire year. And I think he went down in February of the year before that. So like the guy's not going to be 100%. And yeah, like people detract him. He can't post anybody up, and especially if they're smaller than him, and he's 6'7", so he's going to be bigger than most people and get a shot off from anywhere. He's like KD. Like if he polished his game, he could do KD things. Obviously, nowhere close to that type of pedigree, but turn off the sound off here. So yeah, game's over. Wow. Hell of a game. The Mavs shot horrible in the first quarter, but they hung around, and we also didn't really blow anyone away, and I think it cost us. Like, I don't even know how we got down 30. I remember we saw us go down 14 and then 18, and then I stopped watching because that just seemed ridiculous. I was like, I have way, way better things to do. Even though here I am, here's my commitment to doing a post-game show. But sometimes you just don't want to. Sometimes you put up a stinker. You know what? It's also a Sunday. Sunday 3:30 starts freaking weird. Like, we used to do 1 o'clock starts on Sundays back in like the mid-aughts, like 05, 06. I remember sitting down and watching Milt Palacio getting like 8 points on 14 shots and being the smallest guy on the court. Why is it a 3:30? I never understood that. Maybe just because people are tuning into football tonight. Wild. Anyway, Lowry plus bench units. I even wrote that in the second quarter. Those guys were already cruising. So maybe that was a sign of things to come. Again, that box score is just like, you got to take a picture of this thing. -21 for Serge, -27 for OG, -20 for Van Vliet, -25 for McCall. Like, what do you say when you're the coach? Like, do you just sit these guys down and just say, yeah, we won, but we sucked? And do you just walk out? Like, what do you say? What do you say to your locker room? Like, good fight, bench guys, you're starting next game? Like, what a weird thing to have happen in a game. Like, a 30-point comeback. Like, was their bench terrible? What's our box score saying here? What did they do? So it was more spread out. It wasn't like their bench sucked and their starters were great. Like, you had Finney-Smith and Brunson at minuses. Porzingis was solid. Canadian content, Dwight Powell, plus 16, 17 points. So, I mean, actually, DeLon was the worst player on the floor. So, ooh. Wow. Weird game. Like, print out that box score, put it up in the Raptors locker room and just, like, look at it every day. Like, guys, if you put this shit up again, you're not starting. Holy crap. I wrote down, give Boucher all the money. I love what he brings to the table. When he's there, when he just plays. Like, I'm not even knocking him for not playing well. He just needs to be given minutes. Like, so he's on the smaller side, and people freak out that he's going to be bodied by, like, Montrezl Harrell types. How many centers are there actually in the league that are, like, big bruising people? Like, even Jokic is big, but he's built like a milk bag. Like, the guy isn't going to dummy you. He's just mass. He's not muscle. So, okay, so you have Embiid, you have Harrell, and maybe Sabonis. Like, who else is up there that's gonna dummy you in the post? Like, there aren't that. Like, DeMarcus is hurt, so that's not gonna happen. Play Boucher more. Like, what are you waiting for? Like, I'm glad he's getting the opportunity now that Mark's out, but like, give him all the money. Like, sign this guy. He changes shots like he's Hassan Whiteside. He's in the right spots. He runs the floor. He can shoot the three. Like, he's modern. What are we missing? Just the fact that he's undersized. Like, give this man 25 minutes a night. Like, give him half of, like, split Ibaka and him half and half. I don't see why not, unless you want to get Ibaka in a rhythm with a stupid pick and pop game. But he was a minus 22,000. So screw it. Like, just start Boucher next. I don't know. That bench is awesome. And I was excited for when those boys went down, Mark, because I thought we weren't sunk. Because our bench, when you put Davis, Boucher, and Ronde together, they were doing some hustle magic. And you saw it again tonight. Fucking phenomenal. Fred, what happened in your mid-range game? He, like, shoots threes, love when he drives. Like, he's got good spin on it. He plays a very Lowry-like game. But he has no, like, he shoots mid-range. He'll pull it for a floater or, like, an 18-footer at the elbow. Terrible. Like, just ends up missing them all the time. And somebody's, like, Raptors writers have noted this. Like, he's the worst mid-range shooter on the team. And he still sticks with it. I don't know what to do there. Like, do you push him to practice those, or don't you push him not to take those shots? I don't really know what the solution is, but weird. It's weird that he sucks at the mid-game. We see a lot of Boban. We see a lot of Boban Marjanovic, like, all the time. At first, you heard of this, like, Bobby and Toby thing, you know, when Tobias Harris and him were together on the Clippers. And he was first deployed in San Antonio as, like, some, like, sideshow. He was like a 7-3 guy who, like, come in and throw people off for, like, 3 minutes in certain spurts. And I feel like we've just seen a lot of him. We saw him with the Sixers in the playoffs, and we ran him off the floor then. And we saw him tonight, and I don't think he was that good. But let's find out. He was a +2 in literally 2 minutes. So there's my point. The guy, we see a lot of him, and I think, didn't he, like, show up in a John Wick movie? Jack Reacher? Whatever. One of those stupid modern action movies, and ran him off the floor. Like, I like him. He seems like a funny guy. I think he's been on, like, late night talk shows. Fucking Boban. It's just a goofy looking human, and it's weird to see him a lot. I don't even mind that we see him a lot because we just own him. So super competitive game up until 34-34 in the second quarter, and then at one point it was 85-55. So do the math. We scored 21 points after that tie game in the mid-second, and they scored, I don't know, more than double that. Like, how does that happen? I do have to do the decency of this game and just watch it back and just see what happened and how we gave it up, and if it really was just fatigue, because that is a bullshit excuse to be -25 against a Luka-less Magic team or Mavericks team. And I know they're coached well and they got good role players, but come on, like, we're at home. Are we tired? Are people wanting to get home for Christmas? Is that what it is? Anyway, yeah, we let them stick around, and more than that, we let them. Maybe they're gonna be saying that they let us stick around. I don't know. Maybe they just didn't calculate what our bench was gonna do. -9 at the half, and then we were cold in the third, and those are the last notes I have because I just didn't give two shits after that, and I did not pay attention, and I didn't watch because there was, again, fantasy football championships are on today. People are going to win a lot of money. I might, so I'm watching the scoreboard. A lot better than being down 30 on a Sunday watching basketball, frankly, right? Wow. Crazy win, though. I'll have to watch it again tomorrow, maybe, if I have time. Maybe I'll do the courtesy of like another pod after this, just to be like, this is what happened, because I have no idea how the starters collectively do that, and then the bench collectively does that, and they come back and they smoke them, and we win by 3. It's incredible. I don't even know what the fallout is going to be of this. I'm very curious to get Nick's feedback and what the guys are going to be saying. So that'll do it. Again, I wasn't paying too much attention, but wow, like, words needed to be said here after this game, and I spoke for 15 minutes, and trust me, it needed to be said. Holy crap, what a box score. So print it for the starters, flush it down the toilet. For the bench, take it to your agent, because you could get paid. Ronde, you could get paid this summer. Boucher, all these boys. So with that, maybe see you guys before the Indiana game, and then maybe see you after, which did we forget that we're playing Indy tomorrow? Like, wow, we Well, good thing we wrote our bench because the starters, I think, got a lot of. Did they get a lot of rest here? How many minutes did they play? So only Lowry played over 30, so they should be rested except for Lowry. So maybe they start Fred instead. Oh, but Fred started. I don't know. I don't know what the solution is. Crazy win. Box score is nuts. We'll take it. Until the next one.